3 carronades from Willow. 2 sirens, good choice. You could be in trouble. The other side has them and you don't. Pole arms, I see 3 of them. Tide of Skjold. Fire Tekhan mobs. Luther Harkin, best lord in the game. So why not? Slan Gold, greatly reduced. Power recharge rate could be useful. Hornswaggle, Power Siphon. Death Shriek, Hunger. Extra powder, that's just insane on him. What if they just nerfed the extra powder ability? How good would that be? Bats. And Pistol Guy. Empire Fleet Captain with Van Hel's Dance Kebab. Power Stone. Taunt. This is another thing about Coaster. Caster is actually a pretty good fighter. Considering he's a caster. He also has the Invocation of the Heck and the Drowned Dead. Do I even need to say it? Ooh, Prince with a quite different build. This looks fun. Gunnery Whites. On foot. With Scab Scrap. I like it. Could tear some holes in the enemy formation. His lord is Luther Harkin on foot. He might have to... Oh no, Count Noctilus on foot, sorry. He might want to watch out. There's Captain Rod's Moondial. Raid Storm. Arcane Conduit. Invocation of Neg. Drowned Dead. The Hunger. He's actually brought more Sirens than his opponent. So it is a Coast Rush, guys. 4 Sirens. So Deckhand mobs, 4 of them. 3 Morn Ghouls. And Scurvy Dogs. You know, this is kind of cool. I know it's a coast mirror, but this is kind of cool. You have the one coast that's trying to be defensive. And you have the other coast, which is just going to rush them. That's kind of cool. And I think the bats may not get too much value, but I think cannons could do a lot of damage. Count Noctilus. And the Luther Harkin could do a lot of damage to Count Noctilus, so that could potentially end the battle quickly if Noctilus dies. Dealing with Luther is always going to be difficult, because there's little mass on the ground. Not much firepower to kill him quickly. I will see. And of course, Willow's coast has the high ground. I have the high ground, Anakin. Okay, they're targeting the Banshee, the Sirens. I think cannons actually do enough damage to kill models on them, despite all the physical resistance. Yeah, 4 dead already. Getting out of there. On a flank. It's moving up. No bombers is kind of shocking. Well, I guess enemy infantry wasn't what they were worried about. They probably thought if I bring bombers and there's a lot of ranged units, my bombers might get killed before they got in there. Which is not to say that like 1 or 2 bombers couldn't be good. You win the main line, you can start putting pressure on other stuff. Yeah, Prince has to use his Morngulls. He has to use Noctilus and the White Kings, but there's no way he's forgetting about them, right? Nope, they're moving forward now. Cannons are doing what they can, or carronades are doing what they can to try and deal with the Sirens. 2 Sirens against 4. Not any magic damage apart from that. Prince's Sirens are getting pretty beat up by the cannons, carronades. Luther saw these Scurvy Dogs, is going for them. Not scared at all. Scurvy Dog should try to pull past him. Not fight him. Or maybe they can actually keep him on the ground for quite a while. Yeah, the bats. I think from a build perspective, that's probably the biggest advantage that Prince has. Bat's only good engagements in a mirror, I would say, is against ranged units. There are no real ranged units here. You could maybe occupy a gunnery white or something. The Morngulls are coming in. On the right side, Prince is already winning. The center... I mean, it's deckhand mobs against deckhand mobs, so hard to say who's winning. How do they even know who's on whose side? Okay, it looks like a Invocation of Nehek came in here. Quite effective. And Luther is trying to go for the snipe at the cannons. Not been able to do too much to Luther Harkin. And look, Banshees, or the Fellbats, going onto the gunnery whites. Stopping them from firing for a bit, but good reactions from Prince. Getting rid of them quickly, and the Scurvy Dogs are getting through, but there are deckhand mobs here to protect the Carronade, but they are getting onto the Carronade. Willow not really reacting fast enough with that, I would say. Other Scurvy Dogs are also coming in. Yeah, one bat not really engaged right now. And yeah, summon against summon. Okay, this is where it gets funny. The summons just both being thrown out at the same time and going into melee with each other. Another pistol summons. Oh my god, how did it come to this? So yeah, the bats are doing what they can, but as I said, they're not terribly effective here. Now, the Sirens, they are actually crumbling for Willow. And let's look at the Siren numbers for Prince. Scurvy Dogs managed to get onto the gunnery mobs. So there's a healthy Siren here. I believe that's a Raid Storm. Oh, to do decent damage to Luther. Of course, he will heal himself. So nothing too terrible there. But the Morngulls, I think a good engagement on him. Giving him a hug. He wants to get out of there. Go after more opportune targets, but he's kind of stuck. And the gunnery white might be able to shoot him point blank from now on. This frontline engagement should slowly be won by Prince because he has more Sirens there. Which, there's not a lot of magic damage to oppose that. But the Morngulls are getting into a mosh pit. They're not really properly surrounding Luther. I think if Luther turns around here, he should be able to get away. Yeah, big Invocation could come in here, heal all of these units. Whites are shooting Luther. Here Sirens fighting Sirens. Willow Sirens are more healthy, also have a more opportune angle of attack. It's pretty good. And the Warhounds have been, or the Direwolves have been doing a good job. There's only one Carronade left. Even though they were all protected by deckhand mobs. Okay, more summons. And Luther did manage to get out of there, or what did you expect? The Morngulls wanna not stand there and get shot. They need to go, like, you have one Morngull for each of these gunnery mobs. They should try to engage there as quickly as possible and get some healing. These Morngulls, of course, do have the hunger. And once they get into melee, they will heal. Especially against weaker units like this. Yeah, the crossfire is pretty good from Willow. One Morngul will go down for sure. And I think this one will be sure to follow. And the Morngul's quite important here because they are the mass units. It can maybe pull down Luther. But a big shot there on the Vampire Fleet Captain. And I think another Raid Storm. Another Raid Storm. Luther doesn't take as much damage, but look at the balance of power. I think the damage on the leadership is what's doing it. For the most part. It looks like Prince is pushing his way up the hill, up to victory. Proving that Coast is a rush faction and not a camping faction. What do you know? Morngulls tearing through the summon. This is a Halloween themed battle if I've ever seen one. Ghost. Long-armed, legless creatures. Bats. Oh yeah. We're having a party right now. Sirens cutting away still, but whose Sirens is it? Oh, it is Willow. They killed Sirens of Prince that were over here, but Prince still has Sirens. 25 models here. Nice cap scrat. And he has another... He has more Sirens, but not by a huge margin. Oh, but now... We've seen Willow come back again, and maybe he can do it again. He's using the debuffs, and he's cycle charging Noctilus, who can't fight back properly. But some Banshees are keeping him on the ground, and Noctilus could go for a big attack here. He's not doing it. The loss of the Carronades getting shut down. Gunnery Whites are firing away at Luther. Ooh, the Mournguls need to reunite with Noctilus, because I'm pretty sure in like a straight duel where Luther cannot cycle charge, Noctilus with his anti-large will have the advantage. But right now, not really. Yeah, the white gunnery whites are putting constant pressure on him as well. It's just Luther, the 1 unit of Sirens. Misses the attack. The gunnery whites. I think Prince can take this fight against the Sirens. He's not doing it. He's gonna wait until he has both of his Sirens there. Okay, that's probably smart. Luther Harkin is crumbling. Prince is doing it. Doing it. Here we go. Ghost wins. What a game, guys. What a game. That was a Ghost Mirror. And it was entertaining. What a game. I really liked Prince's build there. Lots of Sirens, the max number he could take. Scurvy Dogs, which are, you know, pretty good here. And Mournguls. Gunnery Whites to shoot at Luther or any other stuff that might be there. Noctilus, just, you know, sturdy lord. Liked Willow's approach as well. The bats were always going to be difficult to use there. But, yeah, the deckhand mobs didn't have the best targets. No real armor targets here. Couldn't really engage on the Mournguls. We're also not really in position to protect the Carronades too well. Those Carronades were really what could have given him an advantage there. But didn't. Yeah, well played to Prince. Well played to Willow, man. He's shown some amazing games today. Prince will win the tournament. An amazing final here. Congratulations.